Okay, so first thing is to select the object that we want to shed the light on it. So let's select this horse here and then create some circle. So what is happening is basically a circle is going to be created. We can look at it from different directions. And then this is the circle radius, circle height, and then most importantly, position, right? So we can easily add the source of light to it. It's not really limited to just one circle. We can add as many as we want. So let's add another one and then create. So this is going to be our next one. Let's do some modification to it, to height, and then position from back. And then it has, like by default, it is looking at the object we're selecting, but we have this pitch offset that basically we can modify the direction that we want, or basically yaw or pitch, either will do. If I go to my other source light, it's going to be the other one, and we can actually shed as many light as we want in different direction, so on and so forth. So let's do some more complicated things. So we can add another one and then create. So that's going to be the new one. And then what we can do, we can rotate that the way that we want, let's say 90 degree, and then we can actually move it wherever we want. And then so once we are selecting the light of it, so that's going to be, I think that was the light. So we're gonna move it and it's gonna snap to that new curve, right? So we can do scaling, rotation, so on and so forth. That is really pretty easy. So the idea is to have a good control of the source light and moving it in different directions. Of course, we have some limited controls over here that we can have our control. For example, let's say I have this one. I'll change it to 500, and I'll change this one to yellow, and then the other ones I can see their settings are going to be different, right? So this one was the yellow one. Some nice things that we have is, for example, for doing the comparisons, we have the position presets. What it means that I like this position, so I'll do that, save it here, and then I'll do some other position, for example, here, and then here, and then let's say radius here, and then that's going to be my next position. So now I can go actually back and forth between these two positions to see how things are different, right? So that is the idea. Also, I have the light presets. So for light, so this one was kind of P, which stands for position. These ones are L, which stands for light, right? So basically, same idea. Let's say, for example, this one, I want to make it spot, right? And then make it red, and then maybe make this one 5, right? And that would be one setting that I want. And then the other one, I wanted this to be blue, and I wanted this to be, let's say, 200. So that's going to be another one. So now I can basically go back and forth between these two to do the comparisons. That is not only limited to the settings over here. So the settings that we have on the light itself, those also would be basically doable. So if I move it here, so just an example here, for instance, I am gonna change let's say change one of those. For example, let's go ahead on the area, right? And then save that as a new one. So basically now I have 1, 2, 3, right? And then on this area one, I would go ahead and go to the shadow here, and then let's say, for example, for diffuse, I'm going to do something that stands out. For instance, this, something like that. Okay, and I'm gonna save it as a new one, right? So now if I go back, you can see this is the old one, this is the new one. So all of them are saved. And then the good thing is that now we can have a combination of these two, right? So let's move it back. So I can have position 1, L1, position 2, L2, L3, L4. So it gives us plenty of different basically combination that we can do, and then store these. And these are going to be persistent, so which means that if you move it to, if you save it and open it, these are going to be all stored, and then these are per light, right? So all of these settings, we have this for this light. If I go for another one, we see there isn't anything preset stored for that. And yeah, and then this is for the one that we stored.